presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight on Thursday Night Primetime, rivals collide in the desert. What a way to kick off Week 4. It's the Seahawks and Cardinals in the NFC West, and it comes your way next. On the visitor's sideline, Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald. He's got his guys in mid-season form already, an impressive 3-0 start to the year. Across from him, his counterpart, the Cardinals' Jonathan Gannon. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It is the first game of the NFL Rivalries program for 2025. Seahawks and Cardinals underway from State Farm Stadium. It's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
First carry for James Conner. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They stay on the ground. Here's Conner again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 23 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Well, you look at these two teams, rivals in the NFC West. It's been the Seahawks who've had the upper hand. They've won 7 in a row in this series. It's a rivalry that was born in 2002 when both teams joined the NFC West. Since then, a lot of great players have taken part in these matchups. You think about the Cardinals, Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Boldin, and then, of course, the Seahawks in the 2010s, the Legion of Boom era, and their victory in Super Bowl 48.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's another Seahawks first down. 24-yard gain on the play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 10. And the Seahawks first down.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Play action, it's Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Darnold from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Horton. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cardinals offense headed back out onto the field, and this, the first of 8 games this year in the new NFL rivalry series. We'll see the AFC East and the NFC West this year with 2 new divisions to be highlighted in each of the next 3 seasons. As for the Cardinals, they're wearing their built-to-last jerseys, pretty sharp with the sandy, rocky texture that reflects the geography here in the Grand Canyon State. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he'll get this out just shy of the 30. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 15 carries, 84 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They're riding a two-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From the 31, here's second down and 5. Here's Murray. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The pitch goes to counter. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Officially, they'll call that a 9-yard pickup there, so it leaves them in a good spot. Second and inches forthcoming. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
Brad, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Seahawks offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And Walker once more. They'll get it across midfield down to the 49. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
3rd and 5. Here's Darnold. That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down. A 28-yard gain. First down, Seahawks.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Third and 19. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because
that went out wide and intercepted. Baker with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, it looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
At the 37-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
To throw, it's Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away.
Folk's kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
He was defended by Garrett Williams.
Straight ahead, Walker. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
He finds Smith-Njigba.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
gain of 31 yards. First down, Seattle.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Smith-Njigba. Incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
To throw is Darnold. Now a run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. And the Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be third and forever. They'll get this one to Cobb, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain an 18-point lead. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Murray now to throw. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Harrison will go in motion left. Throwing now is Murray. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Third down and 6. From the gun, Murray. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay put.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit.
You think about James Conner down near the goal line, and you think about the 2021 season with his 15 touchdown runs. He believes he's as good as anybody down close, and he powers his way in here.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And it makes the score 21-10.
Cardinals 10.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Seahawks.
Darnold to throw again. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A play fake, and it's Darnold.
He'll let this go deep for Smith-Njigba.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Darnold now to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey McBride in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Folk connects on the extra point. And it's now 21-17. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Going up top for Cup. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Faking the give, Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's Walker. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Now Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now it's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now an option play on second down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Murray going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is taken at the 15. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Darnold, he can beat you in a number of ways, and there the scramble for the first.
First down. It's a gain of 6.
Hand off here to Walker. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Seattle.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold.
Open man is Barner, the tight end.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On the give, it's Walker.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
129 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
First down. It's a gain of 6. And the Seahawks first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Here's Darnold. Able to get away. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because it's stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Wilson's got it complete. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down.
14 more yards. That's another Cardinals first down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Murray from midfield. That pass completed to Dortch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. They run the option on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's Kobe Bryant, who is there to stop him for a loss. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Harrison. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Murray now going to do it himself. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Shotgun now from Murray. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down.
So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left during the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline. And they want to do it with some gusto, too.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for the Seahawks. First down.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And some room to maneuver. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 148 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
First down, Seahawks.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First down. First down goal at the 10-yard line.
Now a run with Walker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw is Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Murray now going to do it himself. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The Cardinals, first down.
Murray again, this is Connor. And taken down just shy of the 40. Here's 2nd and 7.
39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Murray now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harrison. Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, it's Murray. He'll try and do this himself. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Darnold now to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
2nd and inches at the Cardinals.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
First down, Seattle.
To the air again, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Well, Darnold keeps it. And it'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and goal, Seattle.
Darnold a sneak. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Seattle defense getting set to go. They did their job coming into the hostile environment, doing what needed to be done to get the W.
And that has to feel great because all during the week, that's one of the goals that they talked about. Going on the road, making that stadium their own, establishing themselves in the game. Give them credit. They got all those things done.
Yeah, both sides of the football did their job in this one. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. That last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Murray now going to do it himself. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
In prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Seahawks, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.